What's up, vinyl community? Clip the Vinyl Cheapskate here. Coming at you with another video showing off some of the free records that were in that record box that I've been checking out. Like I said, this was a record box that I got from local guy that does flea markets and such, and bought about 150, or didn't buy, found about 150 records. He had like a few thousand at the flea market he was giving away for free. This is about 3 weeks ago or so, and I've been slowly working through, figuring out if there's stuff I want to keep or not in there. This may be the last one, I'm not sure. I'm starting to get to the bottom of the box here. But yeah, so I've been showing them in batches of 20. I think I've only got about 15 this time around. And yeah, so I'll show those. But first, what I'm going to show, I had a viewer send me a couple things in the mail. So still free stuff. So $0 worth of free stuff. The viewer's name, his chat, he's on YouTube, but he doesn't do videos. His name's Troy Bowman, or Bowerman, I think. Troy Bowerman, yeah. So sent me some stuff, and I really liked what he sent as like the packing materials. Like, he stuffed a 7-inch in this PBR box here. They did a good job cutting it out. He cut the labels out perfectly, so it came perfectly in a PBR box. But yeah, it was stuffed in here with some packing stuff. And he wrote me a note here on the back of a Bud Light box, which I appreciated that. But he sent me a couple things in the mail. We'll start off with the tape, which is what we're listening to now. He emailed me and said, hey, I ordered this thing on Discogs and they sent me a tape. I don't really do tapes, so do you want it? And I said, yeah, sure, I'll take it. So he sent it my way. So it's this the Kids cassette tape. Kids originally released in 1978. This is on Burger Records, and it's a 214 of 300. So pretty sweet. I want to say thanks to Troy for sending this to me. Pretty awesome of you to do that. Yeah, pretty rocking. I'm really digging it so far. So this is the first spin right here. You're doing it with me. And then he sent me this Horace Pinker 7 inches. I don't know what this is. It's from the 90s. I'm guessing it looks like a Punk 7-inch from the 90s. Not sure exactly if it's hardcore or pop punk or what, but this will probably go on next. Maybe you'll end up with a little listen at the end of this video. But yeah, that's the stuff that Troy sent me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and if you ever start a channel, man, you got somebody who's interested to see it. So if you ever start doing videos, it'd be awesome to see you do that. But thanks a lot again. Now let's get into the stuff from the free box that I had listened to recently. I think there might be 15 here. I'm starting to dig into the jazz part of this, so we'll start off with some jazz stuff that is in that's more towards the jazz, and I didn't organize these at all, but I probably should have. One of these I may have showed already, and I don't remember, so you'll have to see it again. But picked up, so this Eddie Harris was pretty good. Kind of funky jazz stuff, a little bit of disco mixed in, but this was a cool record. I enjoyed it. I pulled it because of this cover, obviously, and I have another Eddie Harris record that I really enjoyed. So, but this was cool. Funky jazz, right here. John Handywork. This is one I've seen at the thrift store a bunch of times, and I've passed on it a couple times, but it was free, and it's actually really good. Like I said, this is also like kind of funky jazz, but not super funky. It's good. It's really good. This was an enjoyable one. John handiwork. I've got one by the incredible Jimmy Smith. Organ Grinder Swing. Jay's Blues for Jay was an awesome song. Green Sleeves. This is just really good. Organ based, kind of bluesy, jazzy, bluesy stuff. It's only 3. It's a trio. It's Kenny Burrell on guitar, who I also like, Grady Tate on drums, and Jimmy Smith on organ. So good organ stuff here. Organ jazz. Really good organ work on this. Jimmy Smith's really good stuff. But yeah, I was pretty stoked to have this one on Verve. Ramsey Lewis. I would have never paid for this, but since I had it in there, I listened to it, and it's really good. There's some stuff that I'm not. It gets a little smooth for me. This is from '82, I think. Yeah, it's from '82. So a little after Ramsey's heyday, but still pretty good. Good live jazz stuff. Ramsey Lewis is really good. Another piano organ player. It's good. It's not the craziest best jazz I've ever heard, but it's good and it's going to stay around. And this one was cool. Art Tatum, Earl Garner, Bud Powell, and Billy Taylor. I don't know Billy Taylor very well, but I know Bud Powell and Art Tatum and Earl Garner. So this is a cool little sampler, a little snapshot of the time. Like it says, Echoes of an Era. It's a little snapshot of the time. They each got half a record of each person, so it's a nice sampler. Good to get a nice little taste of each band. Next up, I listened to a bunch of like proggy stuff this time around, and found some stuff that I'm going to be keeping. So let's grab all those. So first one I'll show is this one. This one's kind of more along the lines of like the jazz fusion, proggy jazz fusion stuff. Diado 2. This isn't the best stuff that I found jazz fusion wise, but there's really good stuff on here. The Knights in White satin cover on here is pretty sick, actually. Really crazy good guitar work, great instrumentation all the way through. Just really good stuff, I think. I enjoyed this one a lot. Keeping it around to listen to a couple more times. I'm kind of saving it just for that Knights of White satin cover because it was really good. But Diado 2. Got a couple of Renaissance records. Renaissance, Turn of the Cards. This is cool. It's prog rock, but it sounds a little bit like with like a little bit of like Jefferson Airplane feel. It's a little more symphonic than Jefferson Airplane stuff, but it reminds me of that a little bit, like at parts. It might just be the vocals, because it's female vocals, but she's got that very hippie that hippie, like really good singer. Great vocals on here, but really cool. I think Black Flame's my favorite song on this one, but really cool stuff. And then this is a comp of Renaissance, so I think this really just collects like the first couple records on here. But this is the a bunch of early Renaissance tracks on here, which is really cool. So there's still a little like psych rocky mixed in with the prog rock here, which is really cool. This record was freaking bonkers. This one I gotta listen to a couple more times because I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed it. Oh, I didn't realize that this dude was in there, Al Di Molina. I like Al Di Molina's first couple records. But Return to Forever, Romantic Warrior, this is like crazy good jazz fusion / proggy synth stuff. I'm not sure, is there a guitar on here? There's gotta be. Acoustic piano. Yeah, there's acoustic guitar, electric guitar, all kinds of cool stuff on here. But this reminds me of like a whacked out, like progged out, like Final Fantasy soundtrack. This was way cooler than I thought it was going to be. I pulled it because I heard people say this was really good. And look at this cover. You can't say no to that cover. But really crazy sounding, like synthy. Lots of effects on everything. Just sounds, like I said, like a whacked out Final Fantasy soundtrack. Freaking loved it. Argent, All Together Now. Got the rockin' track, Hold Your Head Up, which is a straight up banger. Can't go wrong with that. But this is proggy, psyche stuff. More on the prog end of things, but really cool. Enjoyed this one a lot. This one I'm happy that I've been meaning to listen to this album, and I always see it for cheap. So I'm glad I got it for free, and it's really good condition too. Argent, All Together Now. So yeah, I've got like 5 more. I'll show this one first. We'll go into like the folky stuff, and then the regular ass rock stuff that I missed, that I glazed over before. Picked up Joni Mitchell's Counting Sparks. I thought I owned this, that's why I didn't show it yet, and I always pick up Joni Mitchell stuff because I kind of like Joni Mitchell, but Joni Mitchell Counting Sparks. You can't really see the cover in this light at all, but yeah, I thought I owned this, and I actually own a different album that has a really similar cover. Cover's a little beat up. The record's in good shape, but there's like one spot where there's like wax on it, and I gotta figure out how I can get that off. But anyway, cool stuff. Joni Mitchell. Tape stopped. Hold on, I'll be back. Alright. Another one I got for free. Another Stone Cold classic type deal. Stills. Stephen Stills' first solo record. Stephen Stills. I really like Stephen Stills. I like Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I pick it up whenever I find it. Atlantic label. No sleeve in there. I'll fix that. But yeah, just good. Straight up. Rock and roll stuff. More folk rocky stuff. Brewer and Shipley. It's just solid folk rocky stuff. 60s, kind of hippy dippy, but fun all the same. I enjoyed this for what it was, and I'll keep it around. Sometimes I'm in the mood for that kind of stuff. Same deal here. Al Stewart. This is another one where it's kind of like folky, a little country rocky, pop rock. But this was really good. Sean from his channel's a different name every other week, but Sean from YouTube said he thought this was a perfect album. And I do think it's a really good album. I enjoyed this a lot. So Al Stewart, you're the cat. This was good, and I'm gonna keep it. It'll stay in the collection. This one I picked up because I knew it was an Alvin Lee record. Alvin Lee, Rocket Fuel. Knew this was Alvin Lee from 10 Years After. I haven't heard anything I don't like from 10 Years After, and I listened to this, and I like this too. So, keep this one. And last but not least, this is one that last time, I don't know, this is one I thought I might have showed before. I'm not sure. Maybe I showed the Alvin Lee too. I'm not sure. But Derringer. Rick Derringer's, another solo by Rick Derringer. This is good. It's not as good as All American Boy, but still pretty good all the same, and this will stick around. So, but that's it. That's what I got. That's the stuff, more stuff that I'm keeping from that. So far I've got about 50 records out of those like 150, 200 that I'm definitely going to keep. And I've got about 30 records left to go through. So yeah, plan on either sending these to people, the ones that I'm not keeping. If people are interested, let me know. I'll send you a couple records. Or I'm just going to trade them into a shop. I've got an email in my description, so let me know if you want me to send you some random records, because I'll send you a couple if you really want some. And yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's the video for today. $0 worth of free stuff. Cheers, everybody. Hope you have a good weekend. I'll be on tomorrow with a Friday video. It'll be of light vinyl finds, and I'll find some other stuff to talk about in there. Anyway, cheers.